Please remember to post a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you can always get my latest travel videos. Good morning from Seville. I'm going to give you a little tour. I've arrived safely and the flight's being delayed. I'm glad I'm here Sunday morning. I'm going to give you a little tour of Seville. And this is where I'm walking, and I'm walking towards the subway. We're headed in that direction, and how we're going to get there is by going to this metro down here. The metro stop we get out in front of is Prado, or at is Prado San Sebastian. Here's the tram stop right there. Beautiful tram system, beautiful fountains as you can see in the distance, and we're going to go through this park and we're going to see what we can find. I spy with my little eye orange trees. There's one there, there's another one there, and guess what? It smells beautiful here. It smells really fresh. There's a subtle hint of oranges, and it's one of the coolest things about Seville. The air just smells so wonderful. The whole grove of these orange trees. And I'll tell you the story about it if you want to know why people don't pick the oranges and eat them. But we've got palm trees here, we've got all sorts of different things in a beautiful park, and we're going to go to the other side. A series of fountains. In the middle of this park is a banyan tree. Unbelievable, probably because of Spain's conquest of Angola, or the Spanish colonies in Africa. It's a banyan tree, native to Africa. Over here you see almond trees. Those trees that have no bark on them, they're almond trees. That's apparently, I don't know if almonds grow on them, but they're called almond trees. So we're going to see a beautiful space in a couple of minutes. This beautiful space is called Plaza de Americas. It was created because Seville was once the capital of Spain, and it was the city that started the conquest of the Americas. And there's a history behind it. This was only built in the early 1900s, this building. But there's a history behind this city, and it's quite a complex and very interesting history. But what this plaza represents is the conquest of the Americas. And these people that are rowing around in a boat is because this is where Christopher Columbus sailed from in the year 1492. Seville became the capital of Spain in 1492, and Christopher Columbus sailed from here in 1492. The Catholic Reconquista basically was successful in 1492. More history later, but I just wanted you to enjoy this gorgeous space, and I'll walk you around a little bit more. Now, although it was digitally done, this space here was used in the movie Star Wars Episode 2 as the palace of the Queen Amidala, I think it was. It was the modern Star Wars Episode 2. And so what you see in the movie is you see Queen Amidala walking with Darth Vader over these steps. And they set the set decorator figured that this was such an exotic looking palace that unlike anything else on earth, that they would use it. Now, and of course there's, like a Xerox and an ASIC sign here today, but just the architecture and the decor. I'll just go on a close-up of one of these lampposts and you see what I mean. Just take a look at this design. Have you ever seen tile work like this before anywhere? And this is called mudéjar, which is a fusion of Arab and Christian art. And this is the decor. I mean, this fence here is just, it's mudéjar. And it's common to Seville and this area of Andalusia because of the Muslim the Islamic influence. And architecture is nothing like this anywhere else that I've ever seen. Anyway, that's why I keep saying to my son, it looks like the Epcot Center, and it does. I'm going to show you some more stuff very soon. I think we're going to duck back into the subway, and then we're going to get out at Puerto Jerez, which is the next subway stop. There, that's the Puerto Jerez subway stop we just got out at. Puerto Jerez literally means sherry door of sherry. And if you take a look at that direction, the Airbnb that I'm staying at is right over there. Remember I showed you the opposite view with the horse and carriages? There's the bridge. We're going to cross that bridge a little later. Puerto Jerez is the main subway stop in the center of Seville, and we're going to see some amazing sights soon. Here's a mix of new and old, ultra new, and again Mudéjar architecture, old. Banana trees, palm trees. It's amazing the vegetation this town has, plus of course the orange groves. They're going to show you more of the orange trees later, as probably tomorrow when I take you into the Jewish quarter. But today I'm going to focus on some of the highlight tourist attractions that these horse and carriages will take you around. By the way, when I said I had to walk 4 kilometers from the train station to the subway stop, which was Nervión, the metro station Nervión, and that was a 4-kilometer walk. I did that with 2 pieces of luggage, which was holding everything that I'm going to be using for the next 2 weeks. So, or 4 weeks, sorry. So in my entire life for the next 4 weeks, that's what I was carrying. And so it's a good thing I try to keep in shape and manage my weight. So I don't feel any ill effects of that. I'm gonna just, I think this is still the marathon that's happening over here. So, yeah, I think it is. I'm gonna try to stop it and try to get you into a better spot. Wow, this is a real view. That is the Cathedral de Seville. That's the Archives of the Indias. And over there is the Royal Alcazar. So that's the Moorish castle, which is how Seville was under the Moorish kingdom. That is the mosque that they converted into a church. And after they became a nation in 1492, they created a monopoly over the Americas. And that's the Archive of the Indias, which means that's where they collected all the tax. And over there is the orange tree, which is a leftover from the Moorish days of these Andalusian oranges that the Moors used to decorate their buildings. More soon. I'm just going to take you around the front of these buildings. In the movie Crocodile Dundee, there's a line that says, "That's a knife, that's a knife, that's a church." That is the largest Gothic church in the world. It's the 3rd largest church in the world, the Cathedral de Seville. But the rest of the other 2 churches are Renaissance and Baroque. This one is Gothic, and it's absolutely massive. I'm going to take you in there tomorrow. But you can see the orange trees all around. Pillars, again, Archive of the Indias right here. This is an old building that it's just a government building now. Obviously, Spain does not have a monopoly over, the Western world, which is the Americas. And that's the Royal Alcazar. That's where the Sultan, the ruler, the Moorish ruler lived and ruled from. I'm going to be going in there tomorrow as well. Behind here is the Jewish quarter. But look at this church. It's huge. You've never seen a church this big. I've never seen a church this big so close. I mean, the Vatican is bigger, but you don't get this close to it. It's just massive. And the architecture is just amazing. So, I'm just going to flip the camera, and there's my smiling face. And camera back. and show you more of Seville. Also out of Puerto Jerez, Sherry Door, is the Tower of Gold, Toro Doro. And that is the Toro Doro. That's not Toro Doro, like toro, like bull. Toro Doro means Tower of Gold. And what that was when the taxes were collected by the Spanish king for the Americas monopoly, or the New India's monopoly, it was stored there because all the ships had to come here to Seville to pay their taxes. And so that's where that was called the Tower of Gold. It's obviously guarded extremely well, and yeah, it's a major site. And there's the Puerto Jerez subway. We're gonna cross the bridge, and I'll call you back. Or I mean, I'm gonna show you more, I should say. Yeah. This is the Guadalquivir River. The Guadalquivir River is the main river in Seville. And Seville is basically almost an island inside this river. So the river flows on both sides of this part of Seville, which is Triana. There's the Tower of Gold that I showed you before. And what you can also see over here in the distance is that white tower. That is the Christopher Columbus Tower. That's where Christopher Columbus sailed from. And all the wealth in the city was created because Christopher Columbus basically discovered America, and Queen Isabel put the monopoly on here, on the Americas, and that's where he sailed from. So Columbus sailed from a river, and the reason why it was a river is because it's protected. So you can't attack this city very easily because you have to come upriver. But it's got access right to the sea, and if you take a look at Cadiz in Spain, that's where the Guadalquivir River empties into the Atlantic Ocean, and that's that way. So that's towards Cadiz, C-A-D-I-Z. Okay, so I just wanted to show you this beautiful, beautiful site. I hope you enjoyed Seville, Spain today. Please stay tuned for more of my travel videos, and thank you for watching. Please subscribe, post a like, and hit the notification bell for future videos.